Crazy disorders that give you superpowers. I actually have a disorder that gives me a superpower. It's called look is sexy. Look is sexy. You know, it's actually named in Latin extremis sexiness. I don't know, whatever the Latin name is. But yeah. I don't know. Is there any what disorder would you have that would give you a superpower? I can't think of one off the top of my head. Maybe superhearing. Is superhearing actually a thing? I have a disorder that is a superpower. It's called Batman syndrome. Yeah, get that out of here, man. That only works with me. That only works if I say it, because it's true if I say it. But alright, let's get into the video by Dumb Doggo.
Number 7. Extra limbs. Polymelia is a rare birth.
Yeah, see, that is... In what world is that a superpower? In what world is extra limbs a superpower, though? Like, maybe if you have extra arms, but then again, people are gonna be scared of you. You're gonna look f***ing scary. You're gonna look like a monster. Boxing? Are people... No, there's no way there's been a case where somebody's been born with 2 full-fledged arms. You know what I'm saying? They can move their arm like this. They can throw fists, everything like that. That's actually a movie trope. Now, extra toes, like, what the f*** is that gonna do? That's probably the thing you'll get if you're talking about extra limbs. You get like an extra toe or something. It's not about to do you any help.
Defect in which an affected individual is born with more than the usual amount of limbs. In most cases, the extra limb is usually shrunken or deformed in some way and of not much use. But
see, I told y'all. So it's not like some shit where you have like an extra arm, you start boxing, people start playing like in sports, you go crazy, you be the top #1 athlete of all time. You get like a shriveled arm.
One case in India showed otherwise. Deepak Paswan was a boy from India with 1 head, 4 arms, and 4 legs. The limbs were relatively fully formed and also appeared fully functional.
No, I gotta search that up. What's his name? Okay, I don't even think I can show this, bro. What the f is this? Oh, God. Oh, that does not look pretty. I told you. Yeah, that does not look... I thought it was gonna be like dead ass a monster, bro. It's like something attached to his chest. Yeah, never mind then. Never mind.
From India with 1 head, 4 arms, and 4 legs. The limbs were relatively fully formed
not look like
and
that.
also
Don't search it up. Viewer
fully
discretion
functional. Imagine the power you would wield with 4 hands.
Ew, that's nasty.
At the foosball table. You'd be undefeatable. Or imagine
that would be
DDR
crazy.
with 4 legs.
Wait, y'all think they would ban you though if you had like extra limbs or something in sports? I feel like that's kind of like, that's body racist, you know? But they would definitely ban you though. They would have to ban you because like people would get pissed off if you was running like, you had ×2, you were good, bro. You had ×2 the speeds of everybody. You went crazy. That's ableist? Yeah, that's ableist, bro. It's like the same thing. Like, it's like they ban disabled people from sports, you know? You can't do that. You gotta make a division with them. You gotta make a division of them.
In the Hindu religion, gods are often depicted with numerous limbs. So as news spread of the quote-unquote Octoboy, pilgrims soon traveled from all over India to worship him as an incarnation of their gods.
What the hell?
Until scientists figure out that the extra limbs were actually from a parasitic twin that hadn't developed properly in the womb and had somehow fused with him. Turns out he also didn't actually have control over the extra limbs either. They were just kinda glitching every now and then. So to improve Deepak's quality of life, the extra limbs were cut off, and ever since he's been able to live a relatively normal life.
Nah, for me, I would have kept it. I feel like I would have been missing my homie, right? I would have been missing my homie. I would have been missing the extra arm, extra leg or whatever, because it's like, that's my homie, bro. Bro got his specialty removed. Right, how do you get your superpower removed? Oh, hell no.
Much to the dismay of the pilgrims. Number 6. Supermemory. Hypothymestic syndrome is a condition that allows people...
Supermemory is something... Yo, this is actually something I really wanted, bro. I need this. Could you imagine how crazy supermemory is? Like, you know those moments when you insult somebody? You like... Or no, not insult somebody. Like, you're just roasting or whatever. You're just arguing. And then you think of the best comeback ever when you're, like, in the shower or something. You wouldn't have to worry about that. You wouldn't have to worry about that. You would immediately know what to say to somebody. And like if anybody ever says something, like you start arguing, you're like, oh, but you remember that one time specifically on June 2nd at 1:10 p.m. when you did this exact... You could name every single moment. You're not losing a single argument. You're not losing a single argument.
People to remember abnormally large numbers of life experiences. Sounds like a cheat code to life, right? You'd be the world's most famous walking encyclopedia and win millions of dollars in popular trivia game shows. But in reality, hypothysiacs cannot choose what memories are permanently stored in their brains. Information like memorizing schoolwork would be treated as trivial. So unfortunately, they won't be doing well on any tests at school. But what they...
Damn, how is this a superpower then? What if my only memory is like the most traumatic experiences ever? The most traumatic experiences ever. That's the only things I remember? Hell nah.
Are great at is remembering that one time they let a big one rip in the school cafeteria. Remembering these highly personal events can often be very embarrassing or traumatic. But could you imagine dating a hypothermesiac? Hey babe, I'm going to the store to get some milk. Wait! Are you going to leave me like Mark did on the 3rd of January 1984? What, babe, no. How about like Peter did on the 8th of April 1991? No, what are you talking about? Oh, okay then. Don't forget to buy the low-fat milk this time. Oh yeah, sure, honey. Unlike the time you forgot it on the 21st of September 1997. And
that's exactly how it would go too. That's exactly... Nah, relationship arguments would go crazy with this. Like, you would have the wildest arguments for no f***ing reason. You would always win every argument, though.
8th of November 1999 and the 16th of June 2002. Oh, he's gonna leave me. So yeah, the vast majority of hypothermesiacs find it really difficult to sustain long committed relationships, leading to a lack of social connections and loneliness. Number 5. Exoskeleton armor. Fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva, also known as Stoneman syndrome, is an extremely rare genetic condition that allows some individuals to rapidly heal themselves when damaged.
What? Cap. Why have I never heard of this? At that point, wait, couldn't you just be like a fucking boxer or something? Wouldn't you be the best athlete of all time? Why have we not heard of a person like an athlete? Like, why are these not like the top 5 or 10 athletes that have ever existed ever? You'd be the worst one? How though? Because you could get hit and then you just recover. You don't need no recovery time. Even after like lifting or something, you lift too much, you sprain something, you need like maybe a day.
But there's a catch. Imagine a person suffers a surface injury. Instead of replacing the skin tissue with more skin tissue, the body replaces it with bone instead. This process is called ossification. Can you imagine what would happen if you injured all your skin? What? You'd form an exoskeleton-like layer of armor made of pure bone and literally be a superhuman.
Okay, I was gonna search up what they look like, but like now I don't even want to know what these people look like. Bone Man, what was the name of it? I'm not gonna show it. See, it's like so long. Fibrodysplasia. Yo. I think I could actually show this. Yo. What the Wait, so what happens like if you break the bone? What happens if you break the f***ing bone? Do you have to like get surgery for the extra bone grown in the place? It regrows strong? Oh, that is sick. Damn, bro. Not even... Look at this shit, man. What the hell? Is there even any way to fix this? I mean, it kind of is still a superpower, though, because, like, you know what I'm saying? You get punched in the back. Like, if you're a boxer, bro, you become a boxer and you have that, you get punched in the back or something, eventually it's going to start hurting the people that are punched. It's going to start hurting their hands. They're going to, like... It's like when you punch something that's super hard by accident. You got to, like, do one of these. Be like... Like, do one of those.
But in depressing reality, this disorder is almost 100% fatal. Oh. The issue is that the body ossifies all damaged tissue, which can make joints stiff and be dangerous to internal organs. You injure your knee, ossified. I can't walk. You injure your eyelid, ossified. I can't see. You injure your dick. Well, I guess that's a real boner now. Any tiny injury would potentially become devastating to you. If you strain your voice, you could permanently lose it. If you damage your airways, bony growth would restrict your breathing. Even if you don't injure yourself, your body is constantly breaking down and repairing itself. So you're basically doomed. You'd be slowly and inevitably turning into a bone statue.
Damn.
But the absolute worst part is there's almost no way this can be medically solved at the moment, as surgical
I was about to say, it kind of makes sense because it's like, it's in the body. It's already embedded in the body. What would they do? You'd like take a pill or something and it slows it down? That shit's a curse? Yeah. Now, most of these, bro, almost all of these are like not even superpowers. They're just either disorders you get. Well, okay, disorders you get that just debilitate you or whatever it's called. Unstabilize you.
Removal of ossified tissue causes the body to repair the area with additional bone, leading to a fatal catch-22. It's a disorder that could in theory be an awesome superpower, but in reality, it's much more like a living nightmare. Number 4. Impervious to pain. Congenital insensitivity to
I think I heard of this one, man. I remember there used to be like there was this news story of like this girl or something. She like broke her bones and she didn't know until like months after because like she didn't feel the pain. This one irks me out so hard. No, this would be insane though. And being immune to pain freaks me out. Like imagine, you know the feeling you get after exercising and like the lactic acid in your legs or whatever or your arms, like you start to feel it. Imagine how much you'd be able to lift, be able to run, be able to do everything. At the same time, it is bad though, because like, you know, you can't feel anything. You can't feel anything at all. So like, if you accidentally break a bone, you're not gonna feel it.
Pain or CIP.
You feel thirst or hunger, right? No way. Thirst and hunger isn't like a pain feeling, unless you're like literally about to die.
Is a rare condition where an individual cannot feel pain. Dude, are you okay? Huh? What do you mean? An estimated 1 in every 25,000.
Is this common? Why don't I know anybody then that has this? This is very common. That means this is very fucking common. Would y'all take the risk, bro? Be honest. Are y'all getting this? But like, if you break a bone or something, you won't know until like months later, or like years later, or something like that. But would you take the risk so like you could be a top tier athlete of all time? You just run forever, do anything you want. No, yes. I don't know about that one, bro.
1,000 people are diagnosed with this condition, and in most cases, the person has actually never experienced pain before. This condition is caused by a mutation to the PRDM12 gene, which is important for the development of pain-sensing nerve cells. Affected individuals have been recorded to register touch, but the pain circuitry is completely cut off. Interestingly, CIP individuals are still susceptible to emotional pain. Physical and emotional pain are both processed by the same part of your brain, so this was surprising to me. But it's more of an issue with the physical sensory input as opposed to pain processing in the brain. This would be a pretty neat power to have for a
let me know how it's bad, man. What does it give you this time? Actually, I already know. I already said it. Yeah, if you like break a bone or something, you won't know.
Super soldier though. Someone you could just throw into the middle of the battlefield who doesn't care if they get shot. There's actually a village in northern Sweden called Vitangi, where there's an abnormally high frequency of individuals with CIP. We might need to watch out for them in the near future. In reality, this condition is extremely dangerous to the affected individual because pain is vital for survival. Individuals with CIP often die during childhood because fatal injuries just go unnoticed. It is tragically very common for people to burn to death without even knowing.
What? Hold up, burn to death? You don't notice the fucking fire engulfing you around you? How does that even happen? How does that specifically happen? I mean, maybe if you're sleeping, I guess. It starts fucking burning you. But goddamn.
Number 3. Indestructible bones. Trichodento-osseous syndrome is a rare condition affecting no more than a couple thousand people worldwide. It leads to people having bones that are so dense that they've been known to break baseball bats and even withstand car crashes. A mutation.
If they got like a football player on the field like this, it would be over, right? It's one of those things, you would take out the whole league.
In the DLX3 gene causes bone density in the affected individual to increase significantly. It reminds me a lot of Wolverine's skeleton. Like if you combine this disorder with the regeneration from Stoneman syndrome, minus the ossification and increased likelihood of death, you're basically Wolverine. However, there are several major drawbacks.
Oh my
These
God.
individuals are cursed with having extremely weak teeth that break easily and painfully, or end up falling out completely in some cases.
So hold up, wait. That's not that bad though, if you think of it, because you could get like some veneers or something like that, and you'll be good. You really gotta think of it. So this might be the least worst one. This might be the least worst one.
Cases. They have brittle nails and dry, curly, and flaky hair as well. Research into TDO is prevalent right now, as it may hold the key to curing osteoporosis, which is the gradual weakening of skeletal structures many people develop in their old age. This would make a huge difference in improving their quality of life, as breaking bones from bad falls is incredibly common for elderly and in many cases, life-threatening.
It's actually tough.
Number 2, super strength.
Okay, surely, like, super strength? You're Mr. Incredible? You're Superman? It can't be that bad.
Myostatin
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I can only imagine how the hose is about to be on my dick, bro. As soon as I get super strength, oh my god, man.
related muscle hypertrophy is a rare condition that literally
Tommy, you're
gives
that
you
ripped?
super strength. Affected individuals have over twice the usual muscle mass of an average human, and they also have increased muscular strength, all without going to the gym or lifting weights to maintain it. Imagine
crazy.
waking up and just being jacked. This condition is caused by a mutation in the MSTN gene, which is usually responsible for limiting muscle growth to prevent us from growing too large. But in these super strength individuals, it doesn't work as a limiter. A real life case of this is Liam Hoekstra from the United States. Doctors recorded that he had prominent muscle development in his legs as an infant.
Better not have any
bro came out of the
drawbacks.
womb jacked.
No, that's insane, y'all. I feel bad for his mama's coochie, because, like, that shit had to have been scratched up. Had to have been, like, oh my god, is she even, like, okay? Was she even okay giving birth? Was she even f***ing okay?
Yeah, he never skipped leg day in there. Bro could do a pull-up at 8 months old, had a six-pack when he was just 3 years old, and could
What?
lift 3-kilogram dumbbells with his arms fully extended at just 3 years old as well. Do you understand how crazy that is? Bro probably only weighed 3 kgs at the time. To add icing on the cake, there are no known medical complications to this.
Oh my god, I need this. Finally, something with no complications. So you're just a superhero. You're actually, that's literally me. You're actually a superhero. How do you, like, do I have to get bit by some type of spider? I don't know. Do I have to, like, how do I get this superpower in some type of way? Can I get this injected in my veins or something, like in my genes? Because that would be beautiful.
Condition. All those benefits and not a single drawback has been found? That is just plain unfair. And that's
Truly
why
unfair.
it gets the number 2 spot on this list. Number 1, fearlessness.
Bro, all the people that be doing, like, y'all see the videos of those dudes that be crawling on the side of fucking, like, 100-story buildings or whatever, just hang gliding, not really caring, free climbing. I think those people got this. This would be insane. Even if I had that, bro, I wouldn't even be doing that shit. Just because it's risky. I would never do that shit. I wouldn't care. I would not care.
Geordie Cernick is a man from the UK who was diagnosed with Cushing's syndrome, where his body produced too much cortisol, which caused him to have severe, life-threatening weight gain and high blood pressure.
Damn.
After numerous brain surgeries and complications, in a final surgical operation, his adrenal glands were removed from his body. This gruesome operation required removing one of his ribs, and it was extremely painful. Thankfully, his Cushing's syndrome was cured as a result, but it came with a price. When Geordie woke up in the hospital bed, he was on life support. He had numerous tubes coming out of him, and the doctors solemnly told him that there had been complications. He had developed pneumonia and then meningitis, which is a potentially fatal infection of the brain. But surprisingly, upon receiving the bad news, Geordie had no response. He didn't feel anything. Among the many functions of the adrenal glands, one of them is influencing your body's stress response. Also,
Okay, but, like, is there a way to get this without, almost dying on a deathbed and having tubes attached to you? Because that's something I gotta figure out. Alright. Hope bro survived. I don't know how the rest of this video is gonna go, but, like, bro, can I just get that shit, not almost die? I just need that answered.
known as fight or flight, namely through the
Bro took the L,
hormone
respectfully.
adrenaline. Turns out, due to the removal of his adrenal glands, the part of Geordie's brain that controlled fear had been turned off. So now, he lives a life of zero fear. Can you imagine that? Not feeling the nervous pit in your stomach?
Wait, so they did it in surgery, so that means they could do it, right? They could still do it. Hold on, we might have a chance, y'all. I feel like in the future, a lot of these surgeries, like, I know how the BBL surgery, y'all see dudes getting, like, height surgery and shit. We might have starting to have surgeries about, like, changing our human body cells and what we're scared of and what we're not, our bones breaking super strength. We might just start having that. Imagine the surgery cost. I mean, eventually in the future, once it becomes common, they end up becoming cheap. Like a fucking BBL, bro. BBL 20 years ago was probably the most expensive thing to ever exist, and now it's like you go to any Miami doctor and they're like, all right, just send me like $200 on Cash App and I'll do it for you.
Before an important test, or not feeling shy and flustered when asking a girl out, not having a second thought when taking a risk,
That's OP.
you'd be an absolute Giga Chad, especially when cases of anxiety and paranoia are increasing in our society right now. Fearlessness would drastically change the course of your life. But just like many of the other disorders on this list, there's a catch. Fear is a fundamental survival instinct, and the absence of it could be very dangerous.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta be smart though. Like, if you just walk off a hill because you're like, hey, I'm not scared. Okay, just die.
Less than that, Geordie lost something much more important after his surgery. He lost the ability to feel excited for things, to feel suspense, and in some cases, even joy. It took away his ability to experience life.
Yeah, never mind.
But what do I know? I'm just a dumb doggo. See you next time.
Thank you, dumb doggo. That was a good video, man. Wait, so, overall, everybody, which one would you go with? Super Strength is the best one overall. I don't know why you wouldn't pick Super Strength. Super Strength is 100% the best one overall. Fearlessness probably should have been second, because it has a drawback. Super Strength has no fucking drawbacks. You're just buff as Unbreakable Bones. Yeah, the Unbreakable Bones, though, that has, drawbacks, too. That has drawbacks. Super Strength and Unbreakable Bones. Yeah, so, anyways, if you're watching this on YouTube, join the Discord.